There you go.
All right, we call this meeting to order. I'd like to welcome everybody tonight. Roll call, please.
Charles Cooper.
Here.
Becky Duncan.
Here.
Jenny Ledbetter.
Here.
Vanessa Matthews. Misty Harding.
Here.
One absent.
All right. Next is approval of the minutes from the regular meeting of January 2020.
I make a motion that we approve the minutes as, accept the minutes as presented.
I have a motion. Any discussion? If not, do I have a second?
I'll second.
Seconded by Ms. Ledbetter. Roll call, please.
Charles Cooper.
All right.
Becky Duncan. 4. Jenny Ledbetter.
4.
Misty Harding.
4.
All 4, one absent.
All right. Next is the grievance of the citizens. Anybody? All right. Next we move on to report of the city about me, and want to tell everybody we went to Washington last week. We won 5th in the nation. Had a real good trip. We also talked to Lamar Alexander and John Rose about the hospital situation here. Ms. Blackburn has got a bill in the Senate right now that's in committee over the rural hospitals, and she's working on that. And we're gonna see what happens. Alexander's office said when they find out something, they would definitely call me. Ms. Blackburn, I talked to her people, and they said they would get back with me too. We'll be opening bids at the airport next week for the runway and taxiway projects out there. We're going February the 25th. I'll be going to Nashville with the Upper Cumberland Resource Agency to talk to the reps about the hospital and other situations we have up there. Meet Thursday about the SOG grant for downtown, and that's about all I've got. And so we move on now to the engineer report. Mr. Bennett cannot be here tonight, so we'll move straight down to the city building inspector, Mr. South. It's your turn.
Well, I think we've got everything pretty well formatted for all the building inspection. Biggest report I got is my chicken's feet's wet and my ducks are down.
All right. Thank you, Mr. South. Next is city attorney's report.
So for this month, for me, I have provided you guys first with an item that I would like for you guys to add to the agenda that I mentioned to you in the earlier planning session. We are working the city's working to codify everything that we've voted on, the new ordinances that we've put in place for the last term and a half, something like that. So we are working to do that, and we're working with MTAS. And so there is a resolution that I've provided that requires a $3,500 payment to MTAS. Gail and I together will be working to provide them all the information that we've been working on gathering and putting in everything that we've been doing over the years. So that's a process for sure. And the requirement is half of that payment has to be made in order for us to go to the next step with them. So I provide you with that, and we've been working with MTAS this month as well. They are ready to set a meeting. I specifically have asked them to come and do a in-person training per some of my training with the state has been that we need to have more interactive trainings as part of our HR efforts that we're trying to improve. And so specifically, I've asked them to come and do a social media training and a sexual harassment training. And so Warren Nevada is our representative there, and he will be coming to do that, so he just needs to hear a date from us on, or some optional times that might be good for you guys. So if you guys want to share that with the mayor and figure that out, you can get back with me and I'll communicate that to him. I'm also working with the election commission on a couple of items. Sometimes they call me with just random questions, so doing that as well.
All right.
So, do we need a motion to pass this?
Just
Add it to the
once you get
agenda.
into the new business
Okay.
part, if somebody just wants to make a motion to add that to the agenda.
Okay.
Yeah. All right, thank you, Mr. Allred. Now we can move to old business discussion and/or approval of the fire chief and assistant chief. The information is in your packet with Mr. Cooper and Mr. Reagan.
I make a motion to follow along with the county and name Mr. Cooper the fire chief and Mr. Reagan, assistant fire chief for the city of Jamestown as well. If they're willing, I don't think they're here. I assume they
Yeah.
are. Are they here?
Yeah, Mr. Reagan's here. Yeah.
You're willing?
Yeah.
Okay. So I make that motion.
All right, motion made by Ms. Ledbetter. Any more discussion? If not, I need a second, please.
I'll second it.
Seconded by Ms. Duncan. Roll call, please.
Charles Cooper.
Or
Becky Duncan. 4. Jenny Ledbetter.
4.
Misty Hardy.
4.
All 4, 1 absent.
Next is discussion and/or approval of agenda, date, and time of the monthly meeting. Attached in your packet is a list of dates and times that could be a conflict.
I make a motion to leave it like it was.
Motion made by Mr. Cooper. Any discussion?
Cause it's been that way for 60 years, it won't hurt nothing. My opinion.
All right. Do I have a second?
I'll second it.
Seconded by Ms. Duncan.
While we're on this, can I talk about the delivery of the packets? Is this where I need to discuss that?
Yes.
Okay. So, in the work session, we had discussed the delivery of the packets, and I had recommended, to our knowledge, there's no writing or, anything enforced as far as how those packets are delivered to us. And historically, I guess over the last 10 years, law enforcement have delivered those to us. So, I just suggested that maybe we are able to come pick those packets up on our own time here at the city, that they just provide us with a mailbox, rather than that being put on law enforcement. Just an additional task for them to have to do.
So, Mr. Cooper, do you want to add that to your motion, what she just said?
Yeah.
And Ms. Duncan, do you want to second that? It's the
Yes.
same motion. All right. Any more discussion?
You read back what the motion is now?
Motion to leave the meeting at the same
Second Monday, yes.
as the second Monday, and to add that they pick up to supply them with a mailbox and packets to be picked up here.
Does that sound right to everybody?
Sound right to me.
All right. Any more discussion? Excuse me. Roll call, please.
Charles
All
Cooper.
right.
Becky Duncan. 4. Jenny Ledbetter.
No.
Misty Harding.
4.
3 for, 1 against, and 1 absent.
All right. Now we move down to new business. Discussion of citywide trash pickup. Idea of bidding out to contractors for the service and fees through utility billing of the citizens who choose to pick up. We have an example of a contract in your packet. to move on this now, or do we want to?
I think we'll table that, we'll check into it.
That's your motion to table this issue until we get more information?
Yeah.
Motion made by Mr. Cooper to table it to more information. Any more discussion? Do I have a second? Seconded by Ms. Duncan. All right, roll call.
Charles Cooper.
For it.
Becky Duncan. Jenny Ledbetter.
4.
Misty Harding.
4.
All right.
4, 1 absent.
Next is discussion of solid waste agreement attached to request by Ms. Alderwoman Matthews, solid waste budget, also attached explanation of local sales tax distributed among the agreement with solid waste.
With Vanessa being absent, I make a motion to table that to the next meeting as well.
Motion made by Ms. Ledbetter to table it. Any more discussion? Do I have a second?
Okay.
Seconded by Mr. Cooper. Roll call, please.
Charles Cooper.
For it.
Becky Duncan. 4. Jenny Ledbetter.
4.
Misty Harding.
4.
All 4, 1 absent.
Approval of budget revisions for the building inspector contract wages.
I make a motion to approve.
Motion approved by Ms. Ledbetter. Any more discussion? If not, please can I have a second?
I'll second it.
Seconded by Mr. Cooper. Roll call, please.
Charles Cooper.
For it.
Becky Duncan. 4. Jenny Ledbetter.
4.
Misty Harding.
4.
4, 1 absent.
Number 4, approval of the monthly bills for January.
First, Mr. Mayor, should
Yes.
we add an item to the agenda to interview for the new building code inspector?
I figure we'll do that in another business.
Another business?
Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah, we'll do that when we get to it. Number 4, approval of the monthly bills for January 2020.
Monthly bills are at $870,739.80, and this includes the natural bill, or the natural gas bill.
I'll make a motion to approve.
Motion made by Mr. Cooper. Any discussion? If not, can I have a second, please?
I'll second.
Seconded by Ms. Duncan. Roll call, please.
Charles
For
Cooper.
it.
Becky Duncan. 4. Jenny Ledbetter.
4.
Misty Harding.
4.
All 4, 1 absent.
Number 5, approval of the monthly financials for January 2020.
General fund, $316,377.30. Water and sewer fund, $1,037,961.60. Natural gas fund, $1,383,996.16, with a grand total of $2,738,335.06.
Excuse me, I need a motion to approve.
I'll make a motion to approve.
Motion made by Mr. Cooper. Any more discussion? If not, can I have a second, please?
I'll second.
Second by Ms. Ledbetter. Roll call, please.
Charles Cooper.
For it.
Becky Duncan. For. Jenny Ledbetter.
Four.
Misty Harding.
4.
All four, one absent.
All right, we move to I now, any other business properly presented.
I make a motion to add to the agenda the resolution presented by the city attorney for codification.
All right, motion made by Ms. Ledbetter. Any more discussion? If not, do I have a second, please? Seconded by Ms. Duncan. Roll call, please.
Charles Cooper.
For it.
Becky Duncan. For. Jenny Ledbetter.
4.
Misty Harding.
4.
All four, one absent.
All right. Now I'll need a motion to approve what was just put on the agenda for the codification.
I make a motion to approve the resolution for codification.
All right. Motion made by Mr. Ledbetter, Ms. Ledbetter. Any more discussion? Do I have a second?
I'll second.
Second by Ms. Harding. Roll call, please.
Charles Cooper.
For it.
Becky Duncan. For. Jenny Ledbetter.
4.
Misty Harding.
4.
All four, one absent.
All right. And now, where's Tim Howard?
Do we make a motion to accept the resignation of the building code inspector first, or do we?
Add that to the agenda.
Make a motion to add accepting the resignation of the building and code inspector to the agenda,
All right.
effective March the 4th.
All right, any discussion? Can I have a second, please?
I'll second.
Second by Ms. Harding. Roll call, please.
Charles Cooper.
For it.
Becky Duncan. For. Jenny Ledbetter.
4.
Misty Harding.
4.
All four, one absent.
Okay.
I make a motion to immediately put out ads for building and code inspector position, and as soon as we have suitable qualifications, and as soon as we have suitable applicants, to then have a special called meeting to get a building code inspector in here as soon as possible.
All right. Have any discussion?
I think there may be just a time limit that we need to set on that. And I think it looks like it's 14 days. I'm reading that. Yes. So, we need to make sure that we have 14 days at minimum to receive any applications
Okay.
from the date of publication.
Any more discussion? If not, do I have a second, please?
I'll second.
Seconded by Ms. Duncan. Roll call, please.
Charles Cooper.
For it.
Becky Duncan. For. Jenny Ledbetter.
4.
Misty Harding.
4.
All four, one absent.
All right.
I make a motion to approve the temporary hire for the water department. Be added to the agenda.
We got the motion, need a second. Any discussion, excuse me? If not, I need a second.
I'll second.
Seconded by Ms. Harding. Roll call, please.
Charles Cooper,
All right.
Becky Duncan. 4. Jenny Ledbetter.
4.
Misty Harden.
4.
All 4, 1 absent.
No, the motion is to hire a temporary personnel for the water department. I make a motion.
Motion made by Ms. Ledbetter. Any discussion? Can I have a second, please?
I'll second.
Seconded by Ms. Harvey. Roll call, please.
Charles Cooper.
4.
Becky Duncan. 4. Jenny Ledbetter.
4.
Misty Harden.
4.
All 4, none against, 1 absent.
All right, anything else from the board? Is that everything?
Maybe when you get done, I'd like to do this again, maybe.
Well, you're supposed to done it when I just that, but I'll give you 3 minutes, okay? Hang on. All right, you got 3 minutes, go.
Hi, I'd like to address y'all. My name's Mark Show. I'm a former city councilor. I spent from 88 to 98. And last year, February 1st, I came up here to complain on the police chief. He came in and shoved me. He and his brother tackled me to the floor and arrested me. And they had the third cop. I don't know why 3 of them can't handle. I'm a stroke victim. But I talked to some attorneys, and probably somebody said, well, why don't you sue? I don't want to sue the city. I'll assure you, I could have collected over $1 million, but that's not, I don't want to do that. That's what I'm about. I spent 10 years on this council for $5 a month. But I appreciate your time. I just like them to be reprimanded for what they done. Or if you let it go unpunished, you're setting the prestige. When you're not on the council, you come up here and say something, you may be attacked. Where I messed up was told office personnel that I wanted to complain on the chief of police. I was waiting to talk to the mayor. So anyway, I appreciate your time.
Thank you, Mr.
Thank you,
Schultz.
Mr.
you.
Show.
I make a motion to adjourn.
There's a motion made by Ms. Ledbetter to adjourn. Do I have any discussion?
I'll second
Yeah, I need Mr. Cooper to second it. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
None against? We are adjourned.